Hey, what's going on everyone? Kurtzen here. Open Ultra League battles. We got shiny Tapu KoKo, Walrein, and Abomasnow. Kind of a fun team. I went 3-2 and 3-2 in the battles that I have here in this video. So jumping right into it, I switch into my Abomasnow to answer their Swampert, and they throw a Hydro Cannon. Doesn't do much damage because of their grass typing, and they get to another move. It's another Hydro Cannon. I'm down into the yellow. That's okay. I can throw this energy ball, and that would one-shot, so they respect that and use a shield. They get to another Hydro Cannon here, and I do shield this up just to preserve some energy, or some health. I get to another energy ball, and this will take out Swampert or take their last shield. So I let that go through, and they have a Haxorus in the back. I'll go for a Weather Ball. This will do a huge chunk of damage, so they shield that up, farm down. I bring back in Tapu, and I'm going to no-shield this. It's just going to be a Breaking Swipe. On that note, Tapu is like a glass cannon. It cannot really take a hit, but with that Breaking Swipe being a dragon move against Fairy, it doesn't do a lot of damage, and I'm able to manage to take those. So then I throw the Dazzling Gleam, and in the back they've got a Muck, so this is like a picture perfect game, worked out really well for me. I eat the Dark Pulse there and go for an Earthquake, and that should one-shot the Muck. And I believe they ended up quitting because they knew that it was game over. Super game to my opponent there. So now I got Cresselia into my Tapu, and this isn't the best matchup, but it's not like an absolutely horrible one. I can live any one move that it throws. As you can see there, I'm not going to live 2, so I kind of have to watch my energy and health. I tried to switch out there, but they were able to get to another Grass Knot before I was able to do that, so I had to use a shield. So I switched into my Abomasnow, and they answer with a Talonflame. So I'm glad that I switched out with my Tapu, but my Abomasnow is going to disappear here pretty quick. I think they might have undercharged that Flame Charge, so I was pretty sure it was going to take me out, but that's okay. I'm able to get to another Weather Ball, and they're saving their shield, so I bring in Tapu. I decided to let that go, and I'm going to put it all on Walrein. Farm down, but in the back they've got Sylveon, and they have 2 shields still, so this is not looking like a good game for me. Earthquake does take out, or do about half health for the Sylveon, so that's a good start, but I'm already into the yellow, and I'm using the last shield right now, so I don't see me winning this one. Go for an Icicle Sphere here. Takes out the Sylveon, but they still have their Cresselia, and they just need to get to a Grass Knot and it's game over. So they shield up that Icicle Sphere, and here comes the Grass Knot to take me out, and that's a good game. Well played by my opponent there. Tapu into Gengar. Gengar hits like a flipping truck. If you notice how those Shadow Claws are just tearing through me. Again, I don't think it has an attack or much of a defense stat. They throw a Sludge Bomb. I do shield that up. Go for Dazzling Gleam. Stupidly, I don't know why I did it. Thunderbolt would have been a much better choice, but they do shield that. It's just I would have been able to be at like 1.5 Thunderbolts roughly by the time I get to a Dazzling Gleam. So energy management there is poor on my part. I did these battles last night. Not that that's an excuse, but I did. So anyways, throw a Weather Ball here with my Abomasnow at the Trevenant, and get the last shield. So now I'm going to eat this Shadow Ball. It's going to do a huge chunk of damage, but I'm able to get to another Weather Ball, which is going to repay the favor and do a massive amount of damage to the Trevenant. In the back they've got a Giratina, so this is looking pretty good for me. That Weather Ball does a decent chunk. I bring in the Tapu and throw the Dazzling Gleam. This is going to take out the Giratina, and they bring back in the Trevenant, and I switch into my Walrein and snipe the Trevenant. Good game to my opponent there. Tapu into Charizard. This is a good lead for me, but it can be very tricky because the Volt Switch takes so long to go through that they're able to get a lot of wing attacks. And then I was noticing, at least I was kind of losing track of energy, like I was trying to count them, but as you can see there, I shielded up the Dragon Claw, so then here I was pretty sure that it was Blast Burn, which it was, so good shield, but now they've got both my shields, right? So, not necessarily the best lead, but it's a decent lead. So they shield up the Dazzling Gleam there, and I'm trying to switch out into my Abomasnow, but they catch me. Dragon Claw does almost no damage, so I stay in a little bit longer than I should have probably, but I do switch out, and they bring out an Obstagoon, so I'm glad that I switched. Throw the Energy Ball at them, and the Obstagoon's going to be able to take out my Abomasnow here, no problem. Counter and cross chop, just carrying through, as you can see. They do get to another move. I could have probably thrown the Weather Ball and put myself in a good spot, but there you can see I was one Volt Switch away from the Dazzling Gleam, and that's going to take out the Obstagoon, no problem. And then they've got a Giratina in the back again, so this is looking like it's going to be a good game for me again with the Powder Snow and Icicle Spear on the Walrein. It's going to tear through the Giratina, no problem. And I think they realize that there and give up. So good game for my opponent there. Into the next match. Tapu into Swampert. This is a matchup that you should switch into Walrein so that you can, in theory, line up your Abomasnow later on in the game. I do not do that this match. Horrible decision making. I know why I did it, to catch the Hydreigon in there. I was like, oh, it's not going to be super effective, it'll save my shields, but same would have been said for Walrein. I should have caught the Hydreigon on the Walrein and then tried to line the Abomasnow later. So Talonflame takes out my Abomasnow. Tapu comes back in. I'm going to go for a Thunderbolt here. They do shield that, and I'm going to, I believe, let that go through, yeah. And then I bring in Walrein again, have two shields for it, and I do shield up the Flame Charge here. Try to farm down. I do manage to farm down Powder Snow, and in the back they have an Umbreon. So that's going to be a loss for me as well. Umbreon is just so thick, and they still have a shield. I'm just not going to be able to do enough damage before they can take me out. I've only got one shield, and they still have that Swampert in the back as well. So I'm trying out and throw the Icicle Spears and stuff like that. I know a lot of people will top left, just concede the match. I like to try to play it out, see if I can find a win con, see if maybe something I catch them by surprise or something happens and I'm able to pull out a win. But this one was pretty clear that I was not going to win this one. So I do get to an Earthquake here. I'll do a good chunk onto the Swampert, but it still doesn't quite take them out, and they're able to get to Hydreigon, and that'll take me out. So well played by my opponent there. And that's the first set, so I'm at 3 and 2 there. Collect my reward. I am still hovering pretty low in Ace. I keep kind of moving back and forth. I got up fairly high, and then the leagues changed, and then I've bounced. I've been down to 2100 kind of thing and all over the place. So here, they led with Politoed, which is really good for me. As you can see, they switched out right away. I was a little bit slow here reacting. I did build up through the Thunderbolt, throw that. I wasn't really sure what to switch out to, quite honestly, because the Meteor Beam would destroy the back two Pokemon, so I kind of wasn't really sure what to do. So I stay in, I do use both my shields, and they still get to another Weather Ball, so they are able to take me out. But the good thing is that I did get them fairly low, so I'm able to come in with the Walrein and take them out. And then they have a Trevenant in the back, So I came in with Walrein thinking that they would probably save Politoed for later on, and then I can try to line up my Abomasnow with Politoed for the energy ball against Politoed. So I do get both shields from them as well, and then I switch into Abomasnow to catch hopefully the Seed Bomb. It was a Seed Bomb. So now I'm able to, as I clicked it, I thought, oh, they're probably going to try to catch. So nice catch by them. But I just need to get to an energy ball here, and that will take out the Politoed. And then I should be able to take out the Trevenant afterwards. So I do overfarm a little bit there, planning to try to have some energy. And because I did throw another Powder Snow before I threw the energy ball. So I take out the Politoed, and now I'm only one Powder Snow away from the Weather Ball, which should take out the Trevenant, I believe. Forget exactly where it is on health. Yeah, it takes it out easily. So that's a good game to my opponent. Swampert lead again, and I believe easily in this one here I switch into the Walrein. They answer with Surfetched. So I believe I let this first one go through, which does a huge amount of damage. Kind of put me in a bad spot. I go straight for the Earthquake. They were tearing through me. I figured no point in baiting and having them no shield it. So now I switch back into my Tapu, shield up the Leaf Blade, and I think I go, what did I do here? I decided to let this Leaf Blade go, which is a big amount of damage again, and I'm able to just farm down. And now I'm trying to switch out into my Abomasnow, thinking that they would bring Swampert back in, and they actually have a Giratina in the back. So I think the play there would have been to stay in and throw the Dazzling Gleam to try to get the shield, and then be able to use my Weather Balls against the Giratina. But get their last shield there, and now I believe I'll shield this one up, because they do have Ancient Power, which is doing a lot of damage. Luckily they haven't gotten a boost, so I'm able to throw this Weather Ball here, and that should take out the Giratina. But now will I be able to get to an energy ball to get to the Swampert, and I catch the Hydro Cannon. I think that was my only win con, was to catch the Hydro Cannon. Now continue to farm to the energy ball, and that should take out the Giratina and be a good game. Well played to my opponent. So that takes out the Swampert. Nice. Right into the next match, Tapu into Muck. Horrible lead for me. I kinda was surprised by this one as well. I stayed in stupidly long, went for the Thunderbolt. Do get a shield, switch into my Abomasnow. Now, mistake, but I didn't want to have my Walrein, which has Earthquake, against it, and then have them switch out. But I also wasn't expecting a Sludge Wave. I know that it carries Sludge Wave, I just typically see Dark Pulse or Acid Spray. So I decided not to shield, and it was the Sludge Wave one-shots me. Now I'm in a really bad spot. I do have 2 shields, but my Tapu's into the yellow, and I still have to try to deal with Cresselia now, which I was surprised that they Moonblasted me. I figured for sure that now this will be the Grass Knot, and then Moonblast again. So now I'm in even more of a tight spot. Go for an Icicle Spear here. Does very little damage. They let it go through though. Catch another Icicle Spear. They let that go through again. And I switch into my Tapu. Catch another Moonblast. And then they have a Politoed in the back. So, or Poliwrath, sorry. So, I got an Earthquake. Does a decent chunk, but they're going to Dynamic Punch me. Almost takes me out right away. They have 3 Pokemon still and a shield, so horrible game. Well, very well played by my opponent, but horrible game by me. This team is interesting, it's fun, it was really a lot of fun to play. You can absolutely destroy people, or you can get absolutely wrecked yourself, so kind of either or. had a couple close games. There they switched out of Obscune into Giratina. Again, I feel like I probably should have saved or thrown the Dazzling Gleam at the Giratina before I switched. But my thought process was, I know they have an Obscune now. I have 2 Pokemon that can handle the Giratina, so save the move for the Obscune when I face it again. And or if I manage to get rid of it, then I have electric moves, the Thunderbolt for something else. So they bring in a Talonflame, go for a Weather Ball here, and that takes out, their Incinerate takes out my Abomasnow. So I come in with Walrein, let the Flame Charge go. My thinking here, obviously, Obscune is going to shred Walrein, so no point in bringing Tapu against the Talonflame, and I'm not going to use shields either. I'm just going to try to farm down, throw this move here. I'm trying to get a shield. I do manage to get a shield, and then they take me out, and I'm able to come in, Volt Switch, and take them out before I take any damage, so that's perfect for me. Get to Dazzling Gleam, have a good amount of health and 2 shields, so I think they knew that it was over, so they gave up there. So well played by my opponent. Into the next match here, Crobat. Decent match for Tapu. Poison Fang, I don't know how much it would do, so I do respect it. And Shield, I know it's not a hard hitting move, but it's super effective. And then they have Roars in the back, so I throw the Thunderbolt and right away I switch. I want to try to get to an Energy Ball and get a shield. So I do get the Energy Ball. This would take out the Roars or get a shield. So now, I decide to shield up the Meteor Beam correctly, but I don't think I quite make it to, oh I do make it to another Energy Ball, so that's perfect. But now they can shield this, and then they'll be out of Meteor Beam and take me out. So I think they take me out there, bring back in Tapu, and I think it's hard to say because if I had brought in Walrein, then they would have just farmed up a little bit more and done the Meteor Beam, but because they were already boosted and Tapu is so glassy, the Weather Ball took me out. So able to bring in Walrein, throw the Icicle Spear, takes them out, but in the back they've got a Tapu Fini, and I go straight for the Earthquake and they catch it on the Crobat. I feel like if I had gotten to 2 Earthquakes, I could have possibly won this. Because I get to another one right there. If I had saved their switch and maybe thrown in an Icicle Spear and then was able to farm up to 2 Earthquakes, I might have won. But that Moonblast did so much damage as well that I don't think I would have actually made it to a second one. So, well played by my opponent, good catch. There you can see another 3-2. Hope you guys made it to the end of the video. If you did, I really appreciate it. Leave a like or comment, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you guys there.